Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Super27 and welcome to another Dokkan battle video. So as of the time I am recording this, the data download hasn't yet happened on either the JP or the global side of things. However, some people have been able to delve into the code, see some of the things that we can expect in the upcoming celebration, and one of those things being this unnamed category, which according to Proton over on Twitter, roughly translates to unstoppable forces, which when you're looking at it does kind of make sense. You have a lot of characters that are giants or great apes or characters who are already on the exploding rage category where they just are destroying things for the heck of it. Then you have a couple of category or units that are the androids where they're destroying things for fun. Excuse me. And so on and so forth. But looking at this, I can only assume that this is going to be the Carnival Broly's leader skill. And if this is his only leader skill, if he only leads one category and this is it, he's terrible. I don't want to say it, but this leader skill is bad. It's not good. Yeah, it's pretty top heavy. You have a unit like Broly who's gonna link well with the other Broly. They're gonna essentially be each other's best linking partners. You have Cell Max, but Cell Max is only runnable on super bosses, movie bosses, or artificial life form. And if we're looking at all of these units, you can't mix and match, so you can't run 3 movie bosses and then the rest be artificial life forms so that these guys could be run together or something. That wouldn't work that way. The same thing with if you were to run some of these superclass alternatives, like this guy, for example. If we get a really meta Kid Gohan in the future, that you wouldn't be able to run them. And I'm looking at this and I'm you can make 2 pretty powerful different teams out of this, but it just seems like a worse version of movie bosses and a worse version of artificial life form. If you're going to be running these characters, why not run this character just with artificial life forms? And then you could get all of the Boo characters. Or why not just run pure movie bosses? Because then you could get characters like this. But then you could add on characters like Turles, who isn't on this category. You could add characters like Android 13 or, literally any other movie character. I don't know. It just seems so random, and if this is the only thing he leads, he's a bad leader. And I don't really see any justification for it, because yeah, you run him, okay, you would run Cell Max, but then Cell Max, the rest of the team has to either be movie bosses or artificial life form, one or the other. But since you're running the Broly, it would have to be movie bosses. So how many good movie bosses are on this category right here? 1, 2, with an easy A, 3, 4, I guess, and with easy A's, 5 and 6, I guess. But I don't know, man. I really don't know how I feel about this leader skill. I'm not too keen on it. So I'm still going into this with the mindset of this Broly will probably have 2 separate other leader skills. So let's just see what it looks like if we add movie bosses just to his category. So he's leading 2 of these. He's leading Unstoppable Forces, or whatever the actual name is. Again, it's roughly translated to that. So if we take a look at it, does it get much better or worse? So, I mean, obviously it's going to get better, more options. By doing this, you now have access to Broly, Chile, and Limo, who is one of the better extreme characters in the game at the moment. Definitely an orb-hungry character, but they could certainly help this brand new unit out. It would mean that you could run Cell Max much easier. But even still, just by adding this, it still doesn't look very good. Just by adding movie bosses on top of it, it's still, it's not great. He would be a fantastic leader for the category, but, I mean, his team is going to struggle, because so many of these units are just outdated. You might see some of these, but, this guy, his damage isn't impressive, neither is his tanking. This unit is just bad. This unit would be good for the start of a fight, but turn 5, he's a fish. You can't do anything with him. Same with, Janemba. I mean, Turles would be good, but Turles is one of these characters who is a movie boss who needs either Terrifying Conquerors or Planetary Destruction. So he's not going to be very great on a team like this, because if you run the brand new Broly, who would be on Planetary Destruction, but Cell Max, is Cell Max on Planetary Destruction? I don't think so. Yeah, even though, he blows up a planet in his active skill, he's not on Planetary Destruction. This unit isn't on Planetary Destruction either. So, Turles would be hurting already. This unit isn't on Planetary Destruction. Yeah, not looking very good if we just give him movie bosses. So let's see what Planetary Destruction looks like. Planetary Destruction. Let's see if it gets any better, because he could be like the best unit in the game, which is what I hope. I hope this Broly is incredibly good. Like, he's obviously going to be incredibly good, but he's going to be a bad leader. Just like, this is so dumb. I don't understand. Like, I like when they introduce new categories, it's fun or whatever, but the synergy, I don't know, it just feels like this is much more of a like thematic sort of leader skill as opposed to like a good one. This feels like Connected Hope, where you just add it because it makes sense for Tech LR Gogeta, you know what I mean? Like, it's not actually good. No one's going to want to run this. I don't know, it just seems like a shame. But let's see if adding just Planetary Destruction makes it any better. I mean, EP Beerus, I guess he's, like, okay. He can't really tank too well, but he's okay. Again, you still have, like, this unit. I mean, it would be easier to get his passive activated, because pretty much the whole team would be in Planetary Destruction. Again, this unit's probably going to easy A. This unit could potentially easy A. And then we get to TURs. I mean, Frieza would be on it. Frieza's fine as like a slot 2 or 3. But it just gets bad. It's just bad when you scroll down. Like, I'm actually pretty bummed out knowing that this new category exists, because it's just not good. Again, so let's like just look at this full out roster. Can I just say that it has a lot of super class units, surprisingly? Like, who could potentially on this category easy A and be good? You could get a super easy A. So there's one. I mean, you could super easy A, that would be 2. You could maybe get a free-to-play easy A, but you're going to be a free-to-play, so it's not going to be very great. Just continuing scrolling up. I've already had to pass through several rows without getting anything. But, like, there are... Okay, I do want to, like, not just be like, oh, no, this whole category sucks. Like, you could run this brand new Broly, right? Carnival Broly. You could run this Broly, and then you could just run, like, a modified version of the Boo team. So, like, you could bring Fat Boo. You could bring Tech Exchange Boo. That would be 4. But then you run into the issue of, like, who do you add to the team after that? Because a lot of the Majin Buu characters need a full team. Like, this guy needs a full Majin Power team. I mean, you could run him without restrictions, I suppose. In Hirudegarn, so, like, I guess the best lineup actually would be Carnival Broly, this Broly, Buhan, Fat Boo, Hirudegarn, and then Tech Exchange Boo. That would be, like, the best team lineup, because you wouldn't realistically be able to use Cell Max, because you would have to float units, so it just wouldn't work. I mean, this unit's trash, this unit's trash, trash. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of this, man. And I feel like they're kind of setting up this Broly for a little bit of failure. Because, like, Broly, realistically, let's go ahead and pull up Ant Broly's 200%. Hold on, I'm going to pause real quick and pull up his 200%. So if we look at this, right? So I'm just going to assume this unit is going to have the exact same things. Plus, you'd have Transformation Boost, but this unit already leads Transformation Boost. So is he just going to be an addition to, like, Dragon Ball Super Broly's team? Kind of like how Birdku, who was really, really good on release. He was easily, like, number 2 or number 3 in the game, like, undisputed. He was in, like, that top 3, but he led Powerful Comeback, which was a fine category. It just sucked because he was a character who needed to revive, so if you ran 2 Birdkus, only one of them would get, like, the unconditional guard, whereas the other one would kind of be struggling if you were below the HP threshold at that point, like, deeper into fights. But, like, this Broly right here, like, I summoned for this unit, I didn't get him, and I feel like potentially a lot of global players are in the same boat, because a lot of them wanted to save for Beast. And just by rushing all of this content at us at the exact same time, not giving a lot of us, like, opportunities to save stones or, like, recuperate our stones, like, I do not have this unit. So if this is what the brand new Broly's leader skill looks like, I mean, he could be the best character in the game, but what team am I going to run him on? Like, I don't have Frieza, I don't have Hirudegarn, and I don't have Turles. I'm not going to be willingly running this GT Goku, who is pretty bad, and I'm not a huge fan of running God Goku either. So, I mean, it would be one thing if he had just, like, a billion categories that he could work under. But he's supposed to be a carnival leader. And, like, I'm worried because, like, what if they only give him this? Because Truth made a point that I hadn't considered in one of his recent videos, where he said that, yeah, Jiren might lead 2 categories. Hold on, can I pull this up right here, actually? Hold on. Jiren's is not on here because I am on the... Hold on. So he leads Universe 11 and Universal Survival Saga. So if we do this... So Jiren technically leads 2 categories, but every unit on Universe 11 is also on Universal Survival Saga. So it's not like he technically... He leads 1 category. He just gives 1 category 4 key, like a specific like subsection of this category. He just gives them 4 key instead of giving them just the generic 3 key. So like Broly, like this new category, this unstoppable force, it's not very similar to Planetary Destruction or movie bosses. Again, it's just like a random mishmash of so many various characters. But like, again, this unit right here, if we look at his leader skill, it is Universe 11 4 key or Universal Survival Saga. So basically he just leads, again, he basically just leads Universal Survival Saga, and then he gives just an extra bonus to his home universe, okay? So are they going to do, like, I don't know if they would go, like, make such a vast difference. Because, again, that's not something I had considered. I was just like, oh, they're just setting a new precedent where, like, carnivals are able to have more than 1 leader skill, make them a little bit more diverse, and make team building a little bit more interesting. But this category is nothing like movie bosses. Because you have superclass units in here, you just have random androids, you have GT units, you have movie bosses characters. You just have literally almost everything under the sun. I feel like they're also probably missing quite a few, like... Why isn't Perfect Cell on here, or, like, Imperfect Cell? I feel like they could probably be on this category, but they're not. What are some other units who, like, could be on here, but, like, aren't? Garlic Jr. potentially could have been on here. Majunior. Is Majunior on here? Nope. Demon King Piccolo isn't on here either. I feel like both of them should be on this category. Man, I don't know. This is just like a whack category. And it's nothing, again, it's nothing like Planetary Destruction. It's nothing like movie bosses. What other categories does Broly have? Like, it's nothing like Legendary Exist. It's not like any of these. Full Power, maybe? It's like Full Power, I guess. Because, like, several of these units are on Full Power, but not all of them. So they just dropped this brand new Broly. Again, he could be the best unit in the game. They just dropped Broly with a leader skill like that. He's going to be restricted to being run on, like, these teams. Because you're... it's not going to be a... I mean, again, like, I don't have this unit. So, like, what I was saying a second ago, it's like, yeah, you could run Broly. Carnival Broly. Super Broly. You could run... I mean, and then, again, a modified version of the Boo team with Hirudegarn. Or you could, like, sub in this unit once he gets an Easy A, because I feel like it's guaranteed. Super Easy A, STR Broly. You could definitely sub him in. Where is he at? Wait, is he not on here? No shot. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way this unit wouldn't be on it, but there he is. There he is. My eyes just skimmed over him with all the boos being around here. So let me know what you guys think about this category, and if you think that Broly is just going to have this, or if he's going to have Planetary Destruction or movie bosses or anything else. Because I don't think, like, let's be realistic. I don't think he's going to have Full Power or Transformation Boost as his 200%, because that is, like, the territory of the other Dragon Ball Super Broly. That just kind of feels redundant. And obviously he's not going to lead Super Bosses, so, like, Planetary Destruction, I guess, could potentially be it. Inhuman Deeds, actually. What would Inhuman Deeds look like? Inhuman Deeds is Diabolical Villains, I think. Yeah. Let's add on Diabolical Villains and see if that makes this any better or worse or anything. Like, you can't run this unit. He needs to be on GT Bosses. Yeah, nope. Still not great. You'd have the new Paragus. This is also, that was revealed, and the data mining or whatever. This unit is going to be the story event unit who probably will easy A. I don't think he's going to turn into an LR or anything. Again, you would still have access to, like, Frieza if you added Frieza onto this category. You'd get, like, the Goku Blacks, but you wouldn't get Zamasu, like, Fuse Zamasu. Yeah, I mean, Fuse Zamasu would actually be pretty huge on a category like this. You get access to, like, Bojack, who, again, still has, like, a decent chance to Easy A, especially if he's going to be the Part 2, even though I think Part 2 is either going to be Movie 10 or Movie 11. Yeah, I am not a fan of this, man, and this makes me feel very apprehensive about summoning for Broly. Because even, again, he might be the best unit in the game, but I'm not going to have a leader for him. Because realistically, if I do run him on Like, I have 2 options if I want to run this guy. I'm not going to run him on this because this guy's just bad. At least God Goku gives me a chance to, like, dodge and live. But if I'm going to run him on God Goku's team, on a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan team, he's not... I mean, I guess he will link pretty well because this guy has, like, a very just generic Super Saiyan link set. He's not inherently going to help villains out too much. But that actually hinders God Goku because God Goku pretty much wants to be surrounded by superclass units. I know you can get away with a few extreme class. I think he only needs 5 superclass units to get his intro. So you can sub in 1 or 2. I think it's 2. No, if it's 5, it would only be 1. So you could theoretically sub in this Carnival Broly onto God Goku's leader skill. But God Goku, he's such a liability. He's not doing damage. He's a very orb-hungry character. You'd have to be floating him, so if you're floating him, he's not getting his stacks. Even with guard, he might live 1 or 2 of these big boss normals, and then he's just dead. And then the entire fight, you're praying for 60% dodges. I can't, in good faith, say that God Goku is, like, very, very good anymore. And then this unit's just fodder, so... I mean, he has a couple, but even if they add Transformation Boost, which he's guaranteed to have, the only leader skill that would add onto him would be this unit. Because this unit leads Transformation Boost. I mean, maybe he could be on, like, Dokkan Fest Kale, but... Kale, like, is not a great leader anymore. I mean, Kefla is a better Universe 6 leader than she is. I don't know. It's definitely a bummer. It's definitely a bummer that they decided to add this whack-ass category. And, or just like, alright, have fun. Because, I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that I'm just being, like, a doom naysayer, or if you actually have apprehensions that I do, because, again, this category just flat out sucks. I know it could be like what they do with every celebration, where they make a new category, or they take an old category and they make it very good. Look at Topo and Special Pose. Special Pose is, like, a top 5 team in the game right now. They did the same thing with Majin Buu Saga and Majin Power. Both of those categories are now very competitive. They do struggle in some of, like, the more modern fights, but they're still, like, pretty, like, relevant. Obviously, movie heroes, superheroes, they've been doing it with super bosses this whole year just by adding characters like Rose and Cell Max. Even though it dropped, like, when it dropped, it sucked. So, let's do this. Let's look at this. So, super bosses, when it dropped, sucked. So, let's go with the same assumption. This category, on its release, sucks. How can they help? So, obviously, we're going to have the Carnival Broly. This unit, easy A's. But that's just buff that. But at that point, you're just buffing other teams. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this just makes movie bosses better. Why doesn't he just lead movie bosses? Or it's making Pure Saiyans better, so why not make him lead Pure Saiyans? Could they make him lead Pure Saiyans? Actually, you know what they could? Hold on. Could he lead Power beyond Super Saiyan? I know that would be weird, because it wouldn't be very good for villains. But, if they gave him Power beyond Super Saiyan, you could run him, Gogeta, and Broly all on the same team. You could sub this unit in, because they only need 1 Super Boss's character. You could sub in Vegeta. Oh my god, he needs to... Dude, he needs to lead Power Beyond Super Saiyan. That would actually save him. If they're going to give him a bad category like this, I mean... Even if, like, they gave him Power Beyond Super Saiyan, essentially you're just running superheroes plus Broly. But, like, that would be so fine. Like, you wouldn't have access to, Beast or whatever. But, like, could that actually be a good... It would. That would be a fantastic team. This new Carnival Broly, Gogeta, Dragon Ball Super Broly. Then you could just have Vegeta and then, the Blue Boys. And then you could add on, like, this unit when it, Easy A's. You could add on the 7-year fusions if you don't have, like, a good alternative. I mean, Dragon Fist would be good. You can run Hirudegarn. Oh my god, he needs... This is like that's a must, actually. You know what? I'm actually changing my tune. It would be really not great for villains. Like, the only villain it would really buff would be this unit, and I guess his Easy A's as well. Which, again, could be, like, Super Easy A, STR Broly, and Easy A Legendary Super Saiyan Broly from Movie 10. But let's see what it would look like if they gave him just Pure Saiyan. Which, I mean, this isn't what I would want, because villains, man, right now, villains suck on Global. I know it's a little bit better on JP, because you do have access to Cell Max and everything, but right now, it is in just a horrible spot. Yeah, I mean, this would be good, too. Run this unit, run Tech MUI, and Broly. I mean, they would have problems with domains, but that would be fine. I don't think that these two actually share any other categories besides this, so I mean, those would be two very diverse characters who would offer a lot to the team in different ways. And then again, you could just add on both of these units. You could run this unit if you really wanted to. You could run this unit. So yeah, if they gave him just a Power Beyond Super Saiyan or Pure Saiyan Link set, it would be, you would just run what are already the most powerful teams in the game, which is superheroes. You could basically just run superheroes, but you could sub in a couple of super bosses or movie bosses characters. Like, that would be pretty good. They wouldn't link very well. And I don't know why you would inherently, like, run this team just over superheroes. Because if you got a mission that was like, hey, beat this new fight using 6 extreme class characters, one of every type, this leader skill would suck as well, just for that specific mission. But you would be able to cook having, like, Tech MUI and Broly and this Carnival Broly all on the same lineup. That wouldn't be terrible. What else could they give him, I guess? Let's just... We're already doing this. We're already deep into the video. It's, because I don't want it to be, like, a super short upload, because it looked like it was going to be kind of short. But now that I'm over here just kind of rambling and speculating, like, how could they fix this? But even still, I'm not the most positive that they're going to give him 2 categories, because you see how, like, vastly different, like, my tune changed? So I was, like, very, like, dreary, like, oh, man, this category sucks, he's going to be an awful leader. Did you hear how fast it changed the second I started doing, like, these vastly different categories, adding just a myriad of other characters to it? Like, yeah, this would be good, but it would suck for villains. And he needs to be a good villain lead. Like, they did the same thing with Vegeta. Like, where's Vegeta? Like, this is another extreme tech character who is essentially just a superclass unit, because he's leading 2 superclass teams for the most part. You can run him on villain lineups, by, like, running Broly's team, for example, but he has, like, a superclass link set. He's on superclass teams for the most part. Like, yeah, cool, he is extreme tech, but he doesn't help out any of, like, the other villains that are around him that are utterly in the gutter, just struggling for relevancy. Now we're gonna have yet another extreme tech unit that just doesn't help out villains, which kind of stinks. So we already checked out these. Target Goku, I mean, that would give you, like, Junior, but that's not gonna be very good. Whoops. Is it called Target Goku on here? It is, okay. I don't know what all the categories on this are, because this is, like, direct translations is what they do. That's why, like, Diabolical Villains is the name of the category instead of Inhuman Deeds, because that's what it's called in the JP version. Oh yeah, no, this would be bad. So let's hope he doesn't get Target Goku, because outside of Junior, who really isn't even that great in today's meta, you're not getting a lot of value out of that. I mean, he could read Exploding Rage, I guess. So let's just check out all of these just for, like, argument's sake. And hit search. That would give him Beast. So you could run him with Beast if we gave him Exploding Rage. This unit, the Carnival Broly, Dragon Ball Super Broly, Beast Gohan. I mean, maybe Fusion Zamasu, but that's a maybe. This unit if he got his EZA. This unit, I mean, that would actually be not half bad. You could run Super Buu as well. And Hirudegarn. I guess that wouldn't be the worst. But again, that would just be like a weaker version of superheroes. And it still wouldn't help out villains, but you would have some competent units that you could run. So maybe. Okay, that's a maybe. And then Legendary Existence is the final one. Whoops. Trying to type fast, and I'm embarrassing myself. Alright, and then Legendary Existence. So this would also give him Tech MUI. This would give him EP Beerus again. Dude, Tapion and Minosha might actually EZA during the celebration. I doubt it, but it's not impossible. This would give you both of the UIs, so you could run Carnival Broly, Dragon Ball Super Broly, Tech MUI, AGL MUI. This would give him DKP as well. This would, again, have this unit who's, like, I feel like eschewing to EZA. But then it gets kind of dire the further you scroll. Oh, wait, Namagoku's on this? Namagoku is on this. Namagoku is probably going to EZA. That would be really funny if you could have this unit and, theoretically, full power Frieza on the same team. It wouldn't look like you could, but they do EZA during the celebration, which I am pretty much expecting. Although, maybe not so, because in the same data mine, it was announced that the 2022 Worldwide Download Celebration units are getting exclusive skill orbs. Which doesn't make sense why they would skip over 2021. And, I mean, if they were gonna EZA, I feel like you would want to EZA them and then give them skill orbs as well to make their EZA much more attractive. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this wouldn't really help out much either. I don't know. So, like, giving him Pure Sand or Power Beyond Super Sand, that would give him, like, the best leader skill just out of all of them. But it wouldn't help out villains, so anytime we get, like, an extreme class mission, this new Dragon Ball Super Broly, he's not gonna help. I can't wait to run, Rose and all these other whack units who don't work too well on Global. And those extreme class missions for, like, the foreseeable future, I guess. Because he's basically just a pseudo superclass. Like, I know it says extreme here. That's just going to change how much damage he takes and dishes out to other extreme class and superclass enemies. This might as well just say super with his link set, unless they give him big bad bosses. He basically has, like, a very just generic, like, Super Saiyan link set. But they could give him big bad bosses. If you didn't see my custom video that I posted yesterday with, like, some of my thoughts what their kits could potentially look like and what I would kind of want to see from these types of units. Every time I make a Broly, I always give Broly big bad bosses. I've made 5 custom Brolys now in my day, and I gave every single one of them big bad bosses. The cope will never run out. I will always hold on to that dream that we will eventually get a Broly with BBB. But yeah, I mean, it's still not looking very good. It's not looking very good. But I guess best case scenario, even though I do expect that this is not going to happen anymore because of, again, Truth made a very valid point with the Jiren connection. But this would be, like, 100% best case scenario would be this, I think. Or maybe Pure Sand, because then you could have AGL MUI instead. You would miss out on Gogeta, but you'd get AGL MUI, which is better, in my opinion, having access to that. And then, yeah. So you would basically just be running superheroes just with 2 super bosses characters on it. And then potentially a few others that you could sub in or sub out. Depending on what the EZAs and Super EZAs would look like. But yeah, let me know what you want to see from Broly's leader skill, because again, yesterday I was expecting it to be Planetary Destruction and movie bosses, but now we know, or we don't know, but they wouldn't just shadow drop this brand new unnamed category with units that seem very Broly-esque, and then give, like, you know how funny it would be if they ended up giving this category, like, instead of being called, like, Unstoppable Forces, it's like Immovable Object or something. And it's like units who have a strong will to survive. Like, I mean, it wouldn't because of all these, but I don't know. They could do something funny or something wacky like that. Give it to LR, Goku, Trunks, and Gohan, I guess. I don't know, but I really doubt it. This just seems like a weird addition to add towards the end of the year. I mean, they could make it top tier with a bunch of EZAs and brand new units. I don't doubt that. But on release, he's going to have just a dog water leader skill unless they give him something else. So let me know what, like, out of everything that we said today, because again, I don't really expect that he would get transformation boost or full power as his other one, because then he would just be stepping on the toes of this unit. But let me know what other categories you think you could see, or if you think he is even going to have 2 categories, or if you think he's just going to be stuck with this and be a really terrible leader on release, and then we hope that all the subsequent EZAs and releases kind of boost the bottom of this and make it much, much better. Because, again, as it is right now, they're like, this has got to be one of the worst categories in the game. Because it's just a nerfed, again, I'm going to say this, it's just a nerfed artificial life form or a nerfed movie bosses team. Because, like, yeah, you could run Majin Power, but if you're going to run Majin Power, this unit you can't run it on because he needs full Majin Power. So you might as well just run a full Majin Power or Majin Buu Saga team. Like, none of the Android / Cell Saga teams are, like, very, very good. Like, Hirudegarn, I don't know, man, I don't know. But let me know what you think about the category. Let me know if you think it's as bad as I think it is. I genuinely just think that this category is terrible. But that is going to be all for this time, guys. I've been the Super27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an upcoming PNG tuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links of which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment, positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from you all. But that is going to be all for now. So, as always, I've been the Super27, and I am signing off.